Welcome to week 3 of your podcast launch accelerator. I know it's been a lot of work, but don't give up. Come on, let's keep going. We're only 2 weeks away from launch if you keep this up. I believe the heavy lifting has been done. From here on out, it's going to be much easier. But people get tripped up in this whole setup process. This is why I've created this accelerator program so that you can go through it week by week, step by step. And if you follow these steps, you will launch in 30 days. We're almost there. I want to remind you to set up a protected time during the week to work on this. For me, it was 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, and I would allow nothing to get in the way. I also created some protected space on Fridays or Saturdays with larger chunks of time so I can really get that momentum going and not be interrupted and just keep going. Especially when I'm recording or editing, I just like to batch my work. So let's get started with the next part, which is opening a podcast hosting platform. A podcast hosting platform is where your podcast will be uploaded to and distributed to all podcasting directories. There are several platforms out there. I like Libsyn personally, and that's what I recommend. That's what I get all my clients on. Others available are Buzzsprout, there's Podbean, I think there's like Riverside FM or something like that. And there's Anchor, which is free. I wouldn't recommend you do that. I've used Buzzsprout and Podbean before, but I have not heard very good things about Anchor. I think there's a paid version of it, and there's a reason for that. You get what you paid for. I wouldn't do it for this part of your podcast. I like Libsyn. Their customer service is amazing. They've always been incredibly helpful with their chat, with their phone service. I love them. I highly recommend them. I have linked all of these in your workbook as well if you want to go look through them. You can research these if you'd like to spend time on it and decide on which one you want to use. But if you're just trying to get this podcast launched in 30 days and you're like most people, very limited on time, then I would highly encourage you to just start with Libsyn. When you register, you will need to select a podcast hosting platform or plan, I should say. At the time of this recording, which was late 2022, this is the pricing structure. It's $5 a month for 3 hours of data, $15 a month for 6 hours of data, and $20 a month for 10 hours of data. The 162 megabyte of storage per month works for most hosts who want to do a bi-weekly show. But if you're interested in a weekly show, the 324 megabyte a month plan will be what you want, which is the $15 a month, 6 hours of data. I do want you to notice that the $5 plan, which is the cheapest, and it's great, I would ask you to add the $2 extra on top of that to get the basic stats. So at least you have stats to look at. That's $7 a month. Totally doable. I would encourage that. But if you choose any of the other two plans, the stats come with it, and you'll want to see those. So those are already the stats are already included in the $15 a month and the $20 a month plans. We will talk about setting up your website for your podcast in a later module, but start thinking about that, because if you're not going to have a dedicated website or website page on your existing website, then Libsyn allows you to create one directly on their platform, which is really nice. And I think some of the others allow the same thing. So open up your Libsyn account and make sure to fill out as much information as possible, and upload your podcast cover, all your information, your billing information, select your plan. And then I'm going to show you later where to get the RSS feed, the RSS code that we will need in other areas. So go ahead, open your account, and let's go. Once you've opened up your account and you've selected your pricing plan, it takes you straight to create your podcast. So it'll take you here. You type in your title. If you have a subtitle, I don't, then this is where you would put in your description. So I'm going to grab mine. Then you want to select categories. They make it available for you to select 2. So I would say select the 2 so that it's, the more the merrier, I figure. So yeah, go down the list and select the 2 that best apply to your podcast. So mine is just chatting. It's about women in midlife, and it's a fun podcast. So my categories are just going to be society and culture, personal journals, and leisure. That's it. Mine is a fun one. Owner's name. So then you put your owner's name here. So see how it said it has a site, the website site URL. This is the URL that's going to be your podcast page on Libsyn in the event that you don't have another website somewhere else. So you can always use this one, and then you'll be able to set it up with its own banner and, with your own brand colors and all that. Frequency, mine is twice monthly. No third-party content. Mine is going to be serial. So mine is going to be, no, it's going to be episodic. Explicit, mine is going to be explicit because I'm going to talk all the things. And so you just go down your list and set it up. It just follow the settings. I also want you to note here the feed unlocked. I'm going to keep mine locked so that nobody else can take it and use it on a different host and try to make money off of it. I would suggest you do the same. Include in directory, sure. Okay, let's see. It says I have an error. Oh, author. Oh, and I also forgot to add my artwork. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now as well. Here it is. And now we're going to save that. Perfect. And that's how you set up your account. Now I don't have any episodes yet. This is my dashboard. So once you start, once you start uploading your episodes, this is where all your stats are going to be at, where you can find, how many downloads there have been, all your overview of all your episodes will be here, and so on and so forth. Now, something that I do want to point out is that you now have the ability to record your episode directly into Libsyn. This is something that has just recently started being made available. And you can see here, you can record a teaser, your intro, your main episode, any call to actions, your closing statements, and an outro. So I haven't tested this, but this is available if you want to start playing around with that. This is something that has just been made available. So it's brand new, and I don't have experience with that as of yet, but that is available on Libsyn now as well. Set up your account and let's move on to the next module.